Wanted to share a couple of things. This is brand new, and if you're watching me live or you're watching this on the replay, you are learning about this for the very first time. But I have recently become the first attorney in New York State to be licensed and trained to offer a program that is called Our Family in Two Homes. It is kind of a do-it-yourself. For the do-it-yourselfers out there, it's a kind of do-it-yourself approach to crafting your separation agreement and crafting a co-parenting plan if you're separating and you have children in common. Not totally on your own, but you'll have the support of a certified divorce specialist. I have a whole team of them in my office, and we are really trained to know how to communicate and support people who are going through life transitions, coupling, uncoupling, etc. And you get the benefit of my legal knowledge and my mediation skills as well, and pretty soon my co-parenting skills. And so what it involves, I don't know if you can see this really well on the camera, but it's a workbook that guides you through everything you need to think about if you're separating and you want to come up with your own separation agreement, which is, by the way, the path to an uncontested divorce. So if you have a good separation agreement and you've addressed everything you need to address as you are uncoupling, and you were married and you're now uncoupling, you'll have the document that you need to just get a paperwork, nobody shows up in court, low cost, low stress divorce. If you were never married, you can still do Our Family in Two Homes, because it deals with how are you going to divide up your finances, what do you need to think about in terms of communication once you're separated, what about child support, custody, alimony, and everything and anything that you could think of. And the workbook has, topics for you to read, notes and things to jot down for, what are your values, what are your priorities, where you think you're going to have conflict and working through this with your soon-to-be ex, etc. And I think it's amazing. I think for people who really want to have as amicable a separation as possible, at the lowest cost possible, with the least amount of stress possible, this is the way to go. And we're here to support you. So it's like the best of both worlds. You do a lot of work. We'll teach you how to use the workbook and how to get the most out of it. You'll do a lot of work on your own time and your own dime. But we're here to support you, answer legal questions, help you. So if you can do this as a couple, you can both enter the Our Family in Two Homes course with us. It's an individualized, not a group course. So you either do it as a unit of one, you're doing it and you're hoping that it's going to help you negotiate with your ex. But ideally, if your ex is on board, you can do it together as you work through this process, and you really come up with your own outcomes with help and support. So it's kind of, the best of both worlds, because doing it alone, obviously, if you've gotten to the point that you've decided that you can't continue on as a couple anymore, there may be communication issues at play, and those may be hurdles to you satisfactorily resolving your issues without some help and support. Also, you may not have knowledge about what your legal rights are and how to make agreements that are going to stand up in court and be sufficient to get you an uncontested divorce. So I'm so excited about this. I hope you are too. I hope you spread the word to anybody that might benefit from something like this. I think it's going to save people a lot of money and a lot of grief. Also, if you are coupling, remember I said I love happy families too. We have a similar program, but it's for people who are either embarking on cohabitation or they're engaged to be married, or they just want to get more intentional and thoughtful about their relationship. We have the Designing Our Future Together program, and it's similar. It asks you to sort of consider, how do you both approach finances? Are there issues of trust? Are there communication preferences and differences that we should just put out on the table so that we're aware of them and we can come up with ways that everybody can feel, or both of us can feel, heard and supported. So there's all sorts of really useful advice here. And I like to say that you wouldn't go into business with a partner if you hadn't talked through how you're going to manage the day-to-day affairs of the business, long-range plans, what are your visions as business partners for long-range plans, and how are you going to handle the partnership finances or the business finances. So you wouldn't go into partnership in a business without a solid plan and without a clear understanding with your partner. So why would you do that in a marriage? Because look, there's a lot more at stake in a marriage than there is in a business. So great, great options for you.